How you going, RPG fans? Today's been very interesting. If you can already tell by the title, today at 2 p.m., Square Enix showcased all their Dragon Quest games they're going to be releasing in the upcoming year, including Dragon Quest X. Now, this game was announced about nearly 3 years ago in 2008 to be in production for the Wii, and I've always known that. But they've done this fantastic job of keeping the game under lock and key. Not one screenshot, not really any big pieces of information until today, where they showed the trailer and they showed a demonstration and then they gave all the vital information about the game's release. So when I found out that they were going to hold a conference today, I was super excited. Dragon Quest is my third favorite RPG series. As you can see for this video, I've put all my games on display. I love it so much. Now, the reaction to Dragon Quest X has been 50-50. A lot of people are excited, a lot of people are very depressed. Okay, just to get it out of the way, Dragon Quest X for the Wii is going to be completely an online RPG. I was shocked. I really was. I can't believe that they decided to go in that direction. When I heard that, my hype level kind of went down, and I wasn't bad-mouthing it. I was just curious to why they've chosen this route. It's very interesting for sure, because we all know how Dragon Quest 14 turned out. I didn't think they would want to jump into the online arena this quickly. So I had those thoughts with me, but seeing the trailer, I thought the world looks fantastic. Akira Toriyama's artwork looks fantastic. But I kind of got a feeling that it was an online game, or a game similar to Dragon Quest IX. When I saw in the trailer, they showed various races, and they showed a male and female character from each race. So automatically, my first thoughts were generated characters, So that's not a bad thing. I enjoyed Dragon Quest IX. It was actually probably the best generated character RPG I ever played. And it still had a narrative about it, which was, I found it very interesting. I really liked the world of Dragon Quest IX. So in a way, this was kind of the next step upwards for the series, The multiplayer aspect was a huge hit in Japan. A lot of people played it on the subway. People still play it today. It's a huge hit. So they've decided they want to bowl that for the home consoles, and they decided to go with the Wii, which is a very odd choice for an online game, because I can't think of any other game that's fully online on the Wii. I know they've got games like Super Smash Bros. Where you have matches, but not in a expansive giant world. It's very interesting. Now, a lot of people have just jumped on and bagged Square Enix's decision to put it on the Wii because it doesn't have the best online infrastructure. I'm not up knowing how well the infrastructure is. I only use the Wii's internet for Wii Shop channel, the weather forecast, and I've never really played an online game using the Wii, so I can't comment on that. But hopefully Square Enix, basically puts the money into creating, servers without any issues. Hopefully they get it down pat. Now, in terms of the game, it looks fun. I really don't like online RPGs, but Dragon Quest X looks great. First up, the visuals. It looks exactly like Dragon Quest VIII and Dragon Quest Swords. It looks really good. And the character models are very humanesque. They're not the sort of chibi SD like Dragon Quest IX. They're back to sort of the same size as VIII and Swords characters, which is cool. Now, a lot of people didn't like the fact that Square Enix is going to make Dragon Quest X completely internally. They're not going to use outside sources like Level 5 or Art Piazza or Chunsoft. They're going to completely make it there at Square Enix, which has raised a few eyebrows. But I'm going to give them support. Do your best, Square Enix. Hopefully you'll pump it out to be a great game. Now, the only thing that really concerns me is the animation in battle. It's an online game where I think it's completely in real time. Like, I didn't see any bars, like ATB bars or anything like that. But the characters look very mannequin-esque like other online games where if you attack, they just go, ah, and that's it. Wait until they pump up again. Ah, you've done so much damage. I'm not a big fan of that. I've played too many games in the past where it just doesn't look great and you just lose interest. I'm a gamer that likes RPGs that are cinematic, where, you know, how the camera's panned, to how it's shot, to what the character does, how dramatic it is. I like I said, I am kind of still a filmmaker that's taking a break, and I like things that are cinematic because I love my movies and I love my TV and all that. But it looks very mannequin-esque, and hopefully they expand sort of the move set to where the greater moves look fantastic to witness. Hopefully they'll figure something out. Now, if you're wondering, will they have the classic a slime draws near or slime approaches? Sadly, for normal battles, they don't do that dramatic shot of the enemy and then to your party. Pretty much it's like an online game, you go up to it, you stab it straight away, the camera doesn't change. Bit disappointing. However, I was proven wrong for when they went to battle a boss. Now, when you fight a boss in Dragon Quest X, it does have that dramatic opening where the enemy looks at the screen and it says, like, a golem draws near, and then it goes back to the normal game engine. So, I gotta say, I'm not too fussed. I will play it. It looks really good. For combat, it looks decent. Now, here's where the game looks really fun. There's a part of the game that's known as Dragon Quest World, where outside of just hacking enemies to bits, you can do a lot of other fun activities. One, you can make your own home, which is kind of a constant thing in MMOs. I'm kind of used to hearing about that. However, there's a crafting system in Dragon Quest X, and I gotta say, guys, it looks so much fun. In the demo, they showed the female character going to a seamstress shop, sitting down, getting a piece of cloth, outlining the shirt, and stitching the shirt up manually. It's not like another online game where you go ting, 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 5 seconds later you either failed or succeeded and you get an item in your inventory. No, you actually literally stitch the shirt up. I don't know if there'll be... I know there's Wii Motion Plus controls and nunchuck controls. There's also classic controller, but I don't know by using the Wii mode do you actually stitch it, and if you do, how awesome is that? I can see so many gamers just doing stuff like that. But it doesn't just stop at shirts and clothing. You can also be a blacksmith. You can actually get the casks for weapons. You can pour the liquid metal in there and you can tinker with it. Literally, you have to basically tinker each part of the blade. Just using a sword for this reference. I looked at that and I thought, you could just waste so many hours just doing that. It looks so much fun. And what's cool is when you make a weapon, you will always be known as the character that made that weapon. You can either sell it to a shop or you can give it to other players. Now, what's cool about that it will always be you who made that sword. Now, if the players use that sword constantly and like it, your status as a blacksmith actually rises because more people are using your weapons and you get more renown. That's awesome. I can see someone just wanting to become the best blacksmith on the server, just spending all their hours making weaponry. I like it. I personally, it makes me want to do it. I just want to be the guy that logs on every day making swords for all the other characters. I think it'd be really fun, guys. I don't know if that will happen, but I just think that's the charm that that always draws me into the Dragon Quest world. So, I'm just so shocked that it's an online game, but I'm going to give it a go. Now, format, of course, it's on the Wii, as I said before. However, The big announcement today was it's also going to be on the Wii U. So how this is going to work is you can have the Wii version, and if you decide to upgrade to the Wii U, you can actually have your character on the server and transfer them across or access it on either console. So you can cross, the cross-platform. Like you can actually have Wii U players play Wii players and vice versa, which is excellent. There's no pressure to upgrade. So that's good of them to do that. So I'm really happy. Now for Wii owners, the game comes with a disc and it comes with a USB stick that connects to the server and it's used for updates. So that's going to be very interesting to see how much that costs. They haven't announced how the Wii U's version is going to be, so I don't know anything about that yet. Also, Yuji Horii, the creator of Dragon Quest, hinted they might want to have 3DS support for a Street Pass feature. You won't be able to play the game on it, but they want to probably put your character into the 3DS and you walk around and you have a Street Pass feature where they might trade something or raise the stats or something like that. They haven't worked it out yet, but Yuji Horii wants to use a Street Pass feature. So guys, that's my thoughts on, and my reaction to Dragon Quest X. I thought I'd be really depressed when I found it was an online game, but honestly, I'm going to give it a go. I'm such a big Dragon Quest fan, I'm going to give it a shot. Now, before I end the video, one thing I just want to say, and this is a really good idea from my friend Adal123. I already shouted him out on my 600 subscriber video. I'm going to put my link down to his channel. Go check him out. He does these awesome reviews. He's a big fan of Dragon Quest. He watched the conference as well, and he's interested too. Now, the idea he came up with is really good. Now, the reason I don't like online games is 90% of the time I just come across douchebags. I don't know why, it's just I have a hard time enjoying online games because people ruin the experience for me. And I end up just playing the games by myself, and what ends up happening is there's monsters too powerful for one character to take down, and that's when I just leave the game. I don't have fun. I want to go back to my single player RPGs. However, the idea Adal has is to form a community before Dragon Quest actually gets released, Dragon Quest X gets released, and form parties from members from the YouTube community. I'm in. If you guys want to play Dragon Quest X with me, Adal, and everyone else in the YouTube community, I'm up for it. Before the game's released, I'm gonna just remind everyone, and we can exchange friend codes or however their way of doing it's going to be. I don't know yet whether you access it on this site and just connect there, whether you need friend codes or not. I don't think so. Whatever. We'll find a way to connect and have fun together, because if it's someone from the online gaming community I know from YouTube, I'm sure to have more fun. Just the only rules, guys, is play the game to have fun. When you take it seriously and vent your frustration, that's when you need to kind of step away and do something else. I play games to have fun, not to be aggravated, so I'm really looking forward to playing it. Really shocked, still in disbelief, but curious. Best way to describe Dragon Quest X to me is I'm curious. So I'll definitely get it when it comes out in English. So guys, that's my video. I've waffled on long enough. Take care.